to be at the pearly gates of heaven, and there were three arrivals. One was a Roman Catholic, the second one a Baptist, and the third one a Methodist. So when John Wesley was looking at the profile of all the new arrivals, the first one, the Catholic, John Wesley said, "So you grew up a Roman Catholic, baptized, had your first communion, confirmed, married, and died a Roman Catholic. Nothing wrong with that. But before I let you in, would you please spell God?" And the Catholic said, G-O-D. That's great. Get in. And then the Baptist's turn. John Wesley looked at the profile and said, "Well, you've been baptized by sprinkling. You've been baptized by pouring. And the last time you were baptized by immersion. Nothing wrong with that. Get in." And the last one, when the Methodists approached John Wesley said, "Well, based on your profile, you have been to 5 Methodist churches. And the one you're attending now, you're not even a member yet. But before I let you in, just like the other 2, I would like you to spell this." And the Methodist was very confident overhearing them, what the word was. But John Wesley said, "I want you to spell one of the pastors that served those churches. Spell Armando Arellano." Well, the Commission on Religion and Race is humbled and honored to present to you the courageous leaders in our conference. The Commission on Religion and Race is recognizing the courageous leaders for promoting equal racial integration and ethnic minority inclusiveness in the total life and mission and ministry of the East Ohio Conference. I'm presenting to you the Reverend Warren T. Freed as the recipient of the Clergy Award. Let's give him a hand. His church, I believe that his church, the Garfield Memorial, is now one of the most multicultural, or because there are a lot of good number of racial ethnic people come and worship it. And the Laity Award, we gave it to Dr. Martha Banks. Let's give her a hand. Dr. Banks was very involved in so many social actions as well as promoting racial inclusiveness. The John Roseberry Scholarship, we are always indebted and thankful to this scholarship endowment fund given by the Reverend John Roseberry, or the late Reverend John Roseberry. Through the leadership of Mary Jane Brown, we have awarded a total of $37,500 to 33 students who are preparing themselves to be the future leaders of our society and of the church. The North Central Jurisdiction Commission on Religion and Race annual learning event, we hosted that event in Independence, Ohio last October 18th to the 20th. The theme was Living into the Vision Beyond Our Comfort Zones, based on Matthew 25. We had 3 bishops participated, Bishop Ken Hopkins, Bishop Linda Lee, and Bishop Julius Trimble, as you can see their pictures, the before and the after. Please stay here. Well, the annual learning event featured prominent and respected resource speakers from different annual conferences and the United Methodist related institutions. From the following slides, as I read this, one of the highlights of the NCJ Core annual learning event was the Evening of Cultural Celebration. A group from the Explosion Divina de Joya de Burgos Cultural Arts Center representing the Puerto Rican Hispanic community. Other ethnic groups from the African American, Filipino American, North Coast Hula, Redbird singers from the Cherokee, Choctaw, and Lakota tribes, and the inner circle Hellenistic dancers from the St. Demetrius Greek Church. The event concluded with a worship and celebration of the Holy Communion at the Holiday Inn, Independence, Ohio, and the participation of the confirmation class from the University Circle United Methodist Church added more meaning to the multicultural event. When Bishop Hopkins appointed me to this position to chair the Commission on Religion and Race, I did not know that my job includes to offend the majority, to offend the leadership of the conference. I didn't know that part of my job was to offend even my colleagues and friends, and sometimes even Bishop. I think I have more friends now on Facebook than here at Israel Conference. My last profile, I think I had 164 likes. After my report, I'm happy if I get 64. Well, the word selfie is now part of the Oxford Dictionary, if you're aware of it. So I would like to take a selfie picture as part of my report, Bishop. Thank you, Bishop. I will send Rick a copy of it. Or the old question, whenever we take picture, was who is not in the picture? That was the old question. Now I would like to offer a different question. With that selfie picture, I would like to ask, who else can we include in that picture? Who else can we include in that picture? The Ministry of Monitoring is a tool that we have adopted in order to ensure that the voice and presence of the racial ethnic minorities will always have a place in the mission and ministry of our denomination. It is an intentional approach in teaching, promoting, communicating, and the inclusiveness as a core value that requires observation and reporting to ensure accountability and progress. Monitoring is raising awareness on how well we are doing with using our data and examples, as well as individuals, as tools in communicating reports and presentations. Moving from traditional monitoring to equity-based monitoring, as we work together to create a more relevant and vital church, examining the policies, practices, and procedures that present systemic barriers is critical to the church reaching more people, younger people, and more diverse people. Just a brief monitoring data that I would like to share with you. This year, we ordained 13 elder in full connection. 10 male, 3 female, and all of them from the Anglo majority group. We ordained 2 deacons, a female and a female, both Anglo. We have 19 local pastors or pastors completed the licensing school, 11 male, 10 Anglo, and 1 of racial ethnic background, and 8 female. The new cabinet members, we have 5 new cabinet members, 4 male, 1 female, and all Anglo. That's why 64 likes might be high. Well, the next slide, the legend of the two wolves. I will not read what's already in there, but let me rephrase it to our context. There are two wolves in our hearts. One is evil and one is good. And here's what is evil: bigotry, classism, discrimination, ethnocentrism, exclusiveness, oppression, prejudice, stereotypes, xenophobia, racial harassment, racism of all kinds, intentional, institutional, or even active or covert, personal racism, and even privileges. And the good one, the good wolf, acculturation, assimilation, equality, inclusiveness, trust, peace, justice, and acceptance. And those two wolves, they always fight. They always fight in our hearts. Meow! Well, the wolves apparently were bilingual. They always fight. And the question, who wins the most? The one that we always feed. Church, we still have work to do to move from racism to relationship. Always remember, no one was born a racist. It is our heritage, environment, institutions, and fear that give birth to racism. I would like to quote Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Conference, if we cannot fly, to move this racism to a relationship, if we cannot walk, if we cannot run, as long as we are moving forward, that is great enough. The Commission on Religion and Race is always privileged to say and give to you our report. Bishop, please accept our report by your commission.
Thank you so much, is it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Bishop. By the way, the Methodist was allowed to come in.
Okay, good. This is what